Simeon, it is Q4, and I think we got something pretty special to talk to everybody about today.
We do. So I literally just got off my Monday, my weekly Monday meeting with my team,
Mhm.
and exactly what I'm going to be doing with my team of agents is exactly what I'm going to be doing with all the agents North America wide that are part of our communities. So
Yes.
it is called the Q4 Blitz. It's a 90-day dominance playbook for real estate. And it kind of just takes everything we've ever talked about, puts it in a package, and it's a matter of intensity that everybody's willing to play at. I mean, if you're looking
Mhm.
for extraordinary results, you're going to have to put extraordinary effort, and it's just there's no shortcuts in this game. There's no shortcuts in sales ever. But this is going to be an absolute uh, guide. Let's call it a clinic in how to create more business, how to create a stable business,
Mhm.
and how if nobody ever told anyone, anything you do today doesn't pay you for a minimum of 30 days, bare minimum. So everything we do over the next 3 months is going to set up the success of 2026. Every ounce of energy that you put into your business today is going to pay dividends in the near future. Any lack of activity is going to also affect you in the same way 30, 60, and 90 days out. So today and next week, this is going to launch on October the 14th. So it's a few weeks out. But what I'm going to start doing is kind of really understanding where everyone's at, how to prepare for this. Because once we're going, we need to be functioning. So what do you need to do to prepare for this 90-day blitz?
Mhm.
So it doesn't all hit you like a truck where it's unattainable at that point.
Mhm.
So what do we need to do to prepare for it? What can you do
Okay.
today to be accepting of the opportunity that you have in
Mhm.
front of you in order to be able to do all this?
That sounds amazing. Before we jump into that, do you mind if I just sort of run through a little bit about the sort of the tactical, what we're going to cover and all that, and then feel free, of course, to jump in, but I just want to make sure everybody knows.
That's all we're doing today. We're talking about
Yeah.
what the plan is.
Okay, cool.
It's not a secret. We have a plan. The plan is
Yep.
is made. We're putting together all the assets over the next couple of weeks, the
Mhm.
templates, the tools, everything that you're gonna need to make this happen is going to be given to you on a silver platter. And all you have to do is, of course, do the work and get the results that you've been looking for. The reason why we're all here. So.
Yeah, I think what's so exciting about this for me is, not only does it lead to business still in Q4, but the fact that it's this sort of two tracks running together. I love that. It's immediate Q4 results plus the 2026 build launch, whatever you want to call it, to make sure that the Q1 is also as not only as strong as it can be, but probably stronger than it's ever been,
Yeah,
right?
and to put that into perspective, as if we would be working on anything with this type of intensity without expecting an immediate result. Of course, we expect an immediate result. We have three
Mhm.
months left in the year, and they should be the strongest 3 months of your career, let alone of the year or whatever. If you do what it takes to get through this playbook, it's actually impossible to not have an incredible quarter. It's because it's impossible. You're going to be asked to do things that you may or may not want to do. Okay, well, it's the choice becomes yours. And this
Right.
is not there's no sugarcoating it. The amount of
Mhm.
action is going to determine the amount of reaction in your results.
Mhm.
So yes, this is a now playbook and how to set up the best year of your life.
Yeah, super exciting. I mean, so obviously, we're talking about the core of this is appointments, activities, signed agreements, the usual stuff that we obviously are going to make sure that everybody has what they need, the playbook, as we always call it, to make sure that they're on track for that, but also to remember we're here during the whole of the quarter as well. So it's still live coaching. It's still Simeon on tap for Q&A. So they show up every Monday or a Tuesday if it's a holiday. And obviously, they can rock and roll with not just support, but accountability and all the other good stuff. The odd kick in the
Yeah.
butt if we need to, whatever we got to do.
Whatever we need, and it's only you that can ask for that kick on the in the butt. Meaning that you, as an agent, if you do not feel motivated today, it's okay. Everybody feels the same way. You're not the first one to not feel motivated on a Monday morning.
Exactly.
But that's why we have each other. That's the whole point of this
Yep.
exercise, is to remind each other what we do it for. We're not in a business that a paycheck's coming in every second Friday. Like, unless we create our paycheck, it's not coming. Nothing's coming. So what is it, your family that's going to motivate you? Is it your paycheck that's going to motivate you? Is it your charitable work that's going to motivate you? Whatever drives you. All of this starts with a business plan. And we covered this back in February, March, but we're going to cover it again.
Mhm.
Business planning is the absolute fundamental piece. It's a foundation. It's what you show up for and what you want that to look like. If you don't know what success looks like, you ain't going to find it. So you need to put in concrete steps, write out exactly what that's going to look like. You're not doing that today. That's not going to be asked of you today. But probably next week, you're going to get a document saying that, you know, for launch, have these pieces ready.
Yeah.
And you're not doing it for me, and you're not doing it for Sabina. You're doing it 100% for you. You are the star of your show, like I'm the star of my own. So as long as we really understand that piece, everything else is layers on an onion. And we're going to just keep adding layers and layers and layers until we have. But if the core is not healthy, which is your business plan, you got nothing.
Yeah.
Because all the pieces that you can add that I can help you find are going to be surrounding your ability to implement them. If you can't stand knocking on doors, you're not going to do it. So don't need to look at it. But you have, if you don't like door knocking, you better like phone calls. If you don't like phone calls, you better like door knocking. If you don't like prospecting, get out of the business. Because you're going to be prospecting a minimum of 3 hours a day. 3 hours. There's 8 hours in a workday, 12 for some, depending on your goal. We're going to reverse engineer your goal, and you're going to have in front of you exactly what it is. If your goal is 500,000 in a market where, you know, 10 grand is the average transaction, you need 50 transactions. Do you know what it takes to do 50 transactions? How many listings appointments do you need? How many appointments do you need to get to the number of listing appointments that you need? What is your conversion rate? It's so simple.
Yeah.
So if you say, I want to make 500,000, but you want to act like someone who does 10, it's not going to work. Extraordinary results take extraordinary efforts. Average results require average efforts. Nothing wrong with average. Nothing wrong with below average. But own it. That's what's going to come out of here. For anybody who wants to punch above their weight class, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. One more thing, one more time. One more thing, one more time. Nothing you hear here is going to be groundbreaking or a revelation. In business coaching, it's 100% consistency that's going to drive results and stability in your business. The next 90 days can be epic or they can be not epic. And it's really only you that can decide which way the cookie's going to crumble. I know as a fact that I'm going to have an incredible next 90 days because I just got off the call with my team and they are pumped. They are pumped. On that call, I had my coach on with me. For everybody who thinks or may think that I have the world figured out, let me assure you that I do not. The message that I give you here is the best one that I can, given what's happening in our markets with my experience, my lived experience. And it's at a very high level because I've surrounded and built it that way. But we're living through the worst market in 40 years. Lawsuits, NAR, technology, AI, all the things. Who do I think I am to think I have it all figured out? As if. I want to grow in market share when I can see people are ducking, sticking their head in the sand. I know that if I keep my action going, I'm going to be the biggest name in real estate in my community, hands down. But I have to do it. If I were to just take the time off, that would not be doing it. I have never worked harder and made less money than the last 2 years in real estate. I have never worked harder and I have never made less money than in the last 2 years. Whoever's frustrated, get in line. We're all frustrated. But the way we treat each other, the way we show up for each other, the way we support each other is going to be the difference of why we will win.
I agree. I agree. And remember, everybody, this is coming from a guy that knows how to do deals. So we are going to figure out the last quarter and make sure that everybody gets the most out of it possible. So I think that's super exciting.
Why don't we touch a little bit on kind of the big pieces of it?
I would love to. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
So we know what's included.
That off. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, shoot. So do you want to go through the core pillars or do you want me to go?
Go ahead.
So the core pillars we're going to talk about, everybody, like what Simeon said, we've spent a year, every week with going deep on specific pieces, warm outreach, cold outreach, you name it. But what this is doing is pulling it all together for everybody in a 90-day plan that will really sort of cherry pick the pieces that we know you at least need to do as your core foundation. This foundation or playbook, you can tweak as we go, exactly what Simeon said, where maybe you're not going to be excited about door knocking, but you're going to do open houses or you're going to do something else, but you got to pick whatever it is that's yours. So the core pieces or the core pillars that we will build are your top 50 referral engine, your lifetime database returns, your geo farm dominance, open houses prospecting, event-driven authority. We've talked about events in the past. That one's huge. Visible accountability from us, and advisor positioning that ends price battles. Those are the core pillars that we're going to go through. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
So,
nope.
And we're going to give you the playbook.
And the top 50 may not be what everybody thinks. It's not your top 50 clients. It's your top 50 elite relationships. And this is going to be this is actually something I learned from Viral Workman and Workman Success Systems. It was groundbreaking for me. And I've coached with Tom Ferry, with every single person that everybody thinks they know. And in coaching over the last 20 years, I've worked with all of them. And I've taken the best from everyone I've ever worked with, including our own proprietary kind of intellectual property, and put it together for this. So this is legit, like my real estate education in a box.
Right.
So I've taken like from Tom Ferry's farming, from Viral Workman's top 50, from Ryan Serhan's kind of social media outburst. This is what knowledge transference is. It's de facto.
Yeah.
Every book you read with a new idea, you're going to interpret it different than somebody else. So don't think, guys, that somebody just woke up and thought of these. This is the work of thousands of people. Where did Tom Ferry get it? Where did Viral Workman get it? trial, practice, experience, feedback, failure, 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 failure. Every time you fail, celebrate, because it's the one mistake you won't make again, hopefully. That's where that's the beauty of this whole thing. This is why, for me, this is why I'm passionate and excited about it, is because I was able to pencil and work with Sabina in putting together what I believe is really special. Like, if you do these things, it's going to be pretty groundbreaking for you.
Yeah. Not to
What I'm
mention
doing now.
everybody's,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, Samine. I was going to say, not to mention everybody also still has access to the deeper learning we did every single week for the last 9 months that will be able to lead you into specific places for even more support. So there's just so much that's coming together in this last 90 days that I think honestly couldn't be a simpler model with better support. It's the best package I've seen in years, if not ever, in terms of what's out there. Especially because, and Simeon, Alicia says, hey, it's awesome, but what does it cost? Well, for our subscribers, guess what? It's free, kids. So it's just
No,
us for the next couple months. It's included in your
this is
subscription.
this is what we do. This is
Yeah.
truly what we do. So we're working on a lot of things. There is no cost to this. This isn't and again, Alicia, this isn't individual coaching for you. This is you taking what we're doing practical and tactical and putting it in your
Yeah.
business.
Mhm.
I am not a coach. I'm not for hire. I don't sell coaching. This is my live facilitation. We are building a community that this is the ongoing value in. So
Mhm.
that's all we're doing. That's the
Yeah.
only thing we're doing.
Yeah.
And my team is going to be in this. You guys are in this. And our communities respectively are going to be gaining from it. So welcome, Alicia. I hope you're enjoying it, and you're going to be, um, a better agent for it. You're going to be more fulfilled as a result of it because you're going to learn how to put yourself in the center of your business,
Yeah.
not to be the
100%.
victim of your business.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many benefits that we know that everybody's going to feel right away. I mean, everything from booking consults from day one, you're going to have a clear and clean pipeline with absolutely what you need to do next. You'll have talk tracks that convert. You're not going to be chasing. You're going to be positioning yourself very differently. This is going to be a content strategy that proves value. You're going to know how to spend your time. Your calendar will be completely organized. We're going to have a scoreboard, so that you'll understand when you're making excuses, what it costs you and what it earns you or gains if you do actually do what you set yourself out to. We're going to see what changes you make by the end of the year, how many deals, how many appointments, all that good stuff, and lots of other goodies. But at minimum, that's what we're talking about, guys. So, and to John's question, do we get replays? Of course, absolutely. It'll go straight into the library you guys are used to accessing. So there'll be a library from not just these sessions, but our previous sessions as well. We're going to have a couple of other special bonuses that we're going to reveal to everybody as we go too. But yes, absolutely. All the micro tactics, all the good stuff that we do every single week, you're still going to get. I think it sounds awesome. And for once, you're going to start January with probably more momentum than you've ever hit January. On top of it all, worst case scenario, you're hitting January with the most amazing momentum you've ever done, ever.
Emma Mercer has a question, and
Mhm.
to your point, Sabina, this is going to change the participants' lives, guaranteed, should they action it. Emma's asking what happens during the holiday weeks.
Mhm.
Nothing. We just eat a lot of food, feel like crap the next day, make promises to hop on the treadmill, and break those promises a week later. I mean, that's what we do during the holidays.
Yeah. And guys, if any of these, like with next week, so next week we're starting this, right? Monday happens to be a holiday. Now remember, we have an audience across North America. So we take off both US and Canadian holidays if it's a holiday Monday. So
Yeah,
next week
we'll
is,
figure it, and we'll figure it out.
yeah,
Like it's going to be the Tuesday or whatever. But
exactly.
Emma, during the holidays, I mean, again, it doesn't matter what you celebrate, Hanukkah's, Christmas, Eid's,
Right.
it doesn't matter. You observe whatever you want to observe. If you miss a session, it's going to be recorded. Um,
Hmm.
Business doesn't stop for Christmas. We stop for Christmas. People will always have needs, but as we know, during those 2 weeks, the chances of you doing business on Christmas Eve is slim to none. Enjoy it. Live your life. You don't have to feel guilty to take a day off. You don't have to feel two
Right.
ways about anything. We will
Hmm.
always adjust our calendars. Everybody will always have notice. And just don't, everything will be perfect. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll make sure that you get everything regardless of a holiday, regardless of if you're
Yeah.
off one day, it'll all be there for you one way or the other.
But do we
And
expect to do two deals in the holiday week? No, we don't.
right, right.
We're gonna
Fair enough.
relax, play with your kids and do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, one other quick question about teams versus solo agents. This is open to everybody, guys. So, Samantha, you're asking about teams. You absolutely can set this up as a shared group experience or for your whole team, and your numbers are for your whole team, your scoreboard, whatever it is, leader stuff, you decide. So, we're happy either way. The more the merrier, frankly. So, it's all good. 100%. Um, so, well, if there's any other questions, guys, throw them in. In the meantime, Simeon, what can they do this week to either prep or get started for those that are ready to go? What do you think?
Sure. Well, here's what I know. Um, this week should be like any other week. If you don't do 3 hours of prospecting a day, you are not doing yourself a favor. You are letting yourself down. I know as a fact that if you have one intake a day, one client intake a day, you're going to do 50 deals a year. What is a client intake? That is somebody who you are speaking about their goals and their story, and you being a part of that story a day. To do that, you probably need to speak to 30 people a day. Because what are the chances that I'm looking for a house today? None today. Catch me on the right day, I might start thinking about it. But you need to connect with me minimum 20 times a year.
Hmm.
Because on the 14th time that you call me, my cousin is going to be looking for a condo. On the 14th time that you call me, my neighbor just put his house up for sale and I may want to buy it. 3 hours a day, 20 to 30 calls a day is the absolute minimum if you want to do north of 40 deals a year. If you think that doing 3 to 4 deals a month is too much, we're not the same. That's okay. Go do a deal a month. That's what makes
Hmm.
you happy. Get her done because it's awesome. But you want to do 4 deals a month, a deal a week. It's not too much to ask. It just takes focused, hard work. Doing 4 deals a month puts you in the top of the 1% category, not just for production, for income. I don't care what market you're in.
Hmm.
Do 50 deals and tell me you're not a 1%er. If that's what you want. That's what we're focused, guys. That's where we're going to be. The actions that I'm going to ask you to take are going to lead you there. You take it as far and as hard as you want. Go harder, go softer, but it's all you. So in preparation for next week, start blocking. Pull up your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, your Outlook. Pull it up. And every single day should have a 3 hour block in it that nobody can mess with. Because that's the time that you secure your mortgage, your groceries, your car payments, your vacation, your savings. Every time you let somebody compromise that 3 hour block is the moment that you allow people to control your life. You're not in control. Deals don't do themselves. We don't create new deals. We're just taking somebody else's business.
Yeah.
Let that sink in,
I
guys.
think, can I make one other suggestion? Do you think everybody should be thinking about what their goals are so that by next week we can reverse engineer with them? What do you think?
I think we'll talk about that next week,
Okay.
because that'll be the final piece to launch.
Okay.
Let's have everybody, whether it's today or tomorrow, come next week knowing that they made 3 hours of calls every day. Maybe that should be the first question we ask.
I think that's a
Everybody should
great
be
idea.
prepared to share their success. Because if you
Yeah.
make 3 hours of calls per day, I can guarantee you you're probably going to have a deal on the go by end of next week. By the end of this week,
So
sorry.
I think that's awesome. And guys, remember something, we were talking all year about you blocking 4 hours a day. So Simeon's being nice. At 3, that's the absolute bare minimum every single day. Please remember that. At 4, you've got an even better chance. But for this, we're saying, because we're going to give you other stuff you need to do too. 3 hours is your revenue block. And from being with us previously, that's just prospecting. That's warm outreach, cold outreach, preferably just warm, but we'll talk about that more as we get rolling.
Yes, we will.
Sound good, Simeon? Yeah?
This is great. I,
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
excited.
I love hearing my own voice. So it's this is this is good. Listen, I wish absolutely everyone a very productive and effective week.
Awesome.
Get pumped. 14th is go day, and it takes us through to the first week of January. Um, get excited, get yourself pumped. But you're gonna
Mhm.
have everything you need to do this. You don't need to do anything but show up and then, of course, execute.
Yeah,
So I will see everybody next week. Be prepared to share kind of what happened with your time blocking, and we're going to talk about the business planning.
that sounds awesome. Simeon,
You
thank you.
bet.
Everybody, have your best week ever, but remember, 3 hours a day starting today. Take care,
Take care,
everybody.
guys.
Ciao.